Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Dory Marlin. Greg has tonight off. Well, the Albany County Sheriff wants lawmakers to push for change in the Department of Social Services. It comes on the heels of a child murder in Albany County earlier on this month. Tori Wells spoke with the county sheriff and lawmakers during a swearing-in ceremony today at the state capitol. And Tori, the sheriff, Craig Apple, very passionate about bringing this change.
Absolutely, Dory. The sheriff tells us that he would like law enforcement to have access to records from DSS in an emergency situation. He told us that was not the case when there was an Amber Alert out for Kenneth White. And while that information would not have saved that little boy, the sheriff says it did bring to light what he sees as a real problem. And he's hoping that lawmakers will make a change this upcoming session.
And that I will faithfully discharge.
This is the sign of a new legislative session, a symbol of new goals. This new year, Albany County Sheriff Craig Apple has one, driven by 5-year-old Kenneth White, who was killed days before Christmas. His cousin has been charged with his murder.
I understand the confidentiality, the privacy, HIPA laws. I understand all that. We need to look at the big picture. Just think back if your son was missing and we couldn't get what we needed to do it. That's all you got to look at.
Before Kenneth was found dead, the sheriff's office believed he was missing and issued an Amber Alert. Sheriff Craig Apple says he was told that the law prevented caseworkers from releasing information about the boy. While that wouldn't have saved Kenneth, the sheriff believes some of that sealed information from DSS and CPS could help find other children in the future. Now he's asking lawmakers to take a look at state law.
We're not looking for a heavy lift. I'm not looking to rewrite all the laws. We're just looking for an addendum there for public safety to access those records in an emergency circumstance.
Time is of the essence when a child is missing.
Assemblymember Patricia Fahey told me she's spoken with the sheriff and plans to meet with her colleagues next week. She wants to know if state law does need a change. Assemblymember Angelo Santa Barbara plans to take similar action. He represents the district that Kenneth White lived in and told me he's heard from concerned constituents.
We know there is the need for privacy and confidentiality, but in emergency situations, we have to do all we can to support the efforts of law enforcement.
I think we need to look into this, find all the details, and find out what we can do to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Now, a spokesperson tells me that State Senator-elect George Amador would support reforms to the system that would allow for improved flow of information between agencies. The sheriff told me today he doesn't picture any legislative change that would allow complete access whenever police called, just in emergency situations. And he does say that he sees this would be followed up with a court order. Live in the Capitol newsroom, Tori Wells, CBS 6 News.